Alrighty, how's it going guys? I'm Solo Banner and welcome to Ark Survival Evolved. So in today's video, I'm going to be showcasing my turret tower build here. This is a unofficial turret tower build, by the way, so it will only work on dedicated servers. So if you're going to try and use this on official, I'm sorry, but this is just not going to work for you. I'm also going to go through step by step and show you the steps that I took to build this and things that you need to add in to have it at this final stage here. So some of the things that I do have in this little turret tower design here is I have a little bit of anti-rocket running here, so you know, if people are going to run up onto your base, either they run onto the sides. I know my character's really slow. You're going to get flung up into the pretty much right into the face of the turrets in front of you. So once again, right into the firing line, and even if you get past this one here, those ones there are still going to bounce you out of the way. Even if you jump over these ones here, you can't even turn to shoot, because if you turn and shoot, you will get hit. You're going to get shot to here in high heavens by turrets, and it's going to be an absolute shit show. So you're not going to have a fun time, that's for sure. It's not going to be easy. This isn't an easy clap. As much as people want to try and claim, oh bro, it's an easy clap, I can clap that easy, give me 5 minutes and a rocket and a set of flak and I'll get in there in 5 seconds. Yeah, sure you will. Anyone can do that when you're offline, but that's a whole nother discussion, right? There's a big difference between raiding online and offline. Every base, every turret tower, whatever the case may be, anybody can raid it if you're offline. But if you're online, the whole story is completely different. You know it, I know it, let's just stop pretending here. So, with that said, I'm going to go through some of the other stuff that's involved in this build. So, like I said, we've got some anti-rocket running stuff there. We also have a little bit of a bird cage. I like calling it a bird cage, all around the entirety of the turret tower. Let me just do this real quick. There we go, so it's a little bit slower. So we have a little bit of a bird cage, like I said, just to stop people from trying to fly their tames all the way in, glitching them in to try and blow things up, because you know what people like in this game, they will exploit it any way, shape or form that they possibly can. And through the top, I've gone ahead and added some more hatch frames. All of them are perfectly aligned, so they look really nice and tidy. You can't actually fit anything through these, which is nice. Followed by a, what the heck's it called? A tech force field for the top, as there is no protection really for the hatch frames through here. So the only hatch frame that is really vulnerable is the very, very top one right here. But I didn't really put too much effort into it, as, you know, I don't think many people are going to be coming through the top when you see how much stuff I actually have through this middle section here. But, you know, there's plenty of room. You can add things if you wanted to. You can add higher pillars all the way up, so on and so forth. So the possibilities for adding things to this is endless. You can make this way more OP if you wanted to. This is my first build, so I wanted to keep it nice and simple. Also, as you can tell, I don't have all of the turrets all the way around. I just did one side, just to showcase what it should look like, which is like that. And I think it's around about, I have to count how many turrets per side. I'll put it on the screen for you. I think it's like 30 or something. So that's more than enough. Including your own resistance against the raiders, I think you should be good to go. Followed by that, I've got a bunch of vaults on the outside. I've got cryopods on the top, because I'm pretty sure they're like 20 C4 per cryopod, so that's super OP in itself. So if you come in from the top using the old Quetzal glitch, then it's not going to be as easy. You're still going to be struggling to get all of these turrets down. So it's going to be a bit of a mission. So I'm going to fly over here real quick, and I'm going to showcase every step that you need to do to get to that final end product there. And some of the things also, I will show you actually how to do it, how to place certain things, yada yada yada. So let me just make my way over here, because my character is flying super slow. There we go. Let me just do this. Alrighty, so you want to start off with a 3x3 foundation. So that's 3 foundations by 3 foundations. Then you'll have 1 in the center. Now this is completely up to you. You can either remove this, and you can build the whole thing from the ground up. But I don't really want to do that in this one, because there's a reason why, which I'll show you next. So after you've done that step there, you want to move over to the second step, which is placing your tech generator right there. So if you don't run the foundation in the center, you can have your tech generator right on the ground. But the problem with that is you won't be able to double wall. So that's why I have it sitting there. So what you want to go ahead and do is you want to put 2 walls on each side, all the way up. And I think this is 5 walls high. Let me just count it out for you. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, it's 5 walls high. That's it. And you want to go ahead and double wall that. And you want to leave a space of about 2. I'm just showcasing it here, how many gaps are in between each one. So it's 2 at the bottom, 2 here, and then 1 at the top. But you do not want to add any of these in here. No ceilings. You just want to do the walls only. And I'll show you why in a minute. Now, if you guys don't know how to double wall, you should know how to by now. But you simply just place a wall like this. And then you come up beside the wall. And you'll get that little icon there. It'll move across. And it's literally as simple as that. So now you've got a nice little double wall. So you've doubled your protection from the sides. Simple as that. So the next thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and add your ramps on the side. Really, really simple. And add 4 volts on the bottom, the middle, and then add your cryopods on top. With a total of, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 16 cryopods altogether. Which should be plenty for a lot of people. And like I said, when you're playing dedicated, guys, this is such a cheap build. It is not hard at all. And also, I'm going to showcase how you want to go ahead and place these as well. You're going to start from the bottom, obviously, with your tech generator at the bottom, just like this one in here. And you want to go ahead and grab your volts here. Now, obviously, you're not going to be in flow mode, so you'll have a little step out piece like this, so you can do it, or however you want to do it personally. So let me just show you how you want to do this real quick with the placement. Really, really simple. So, let me get in the right angle. My bad. Oh, go up. There we go. So, because you're double walled, you're not going to see a lot of the stuff sticking through. So, you want to bring it just so it's off the back wall and just off the front wall. Just like that. Place it down. Obviously, this is a dedicated server, so you're going to have no clip. Then you want to bring this up, get it nice and level, bring it across just off the wall. Boom, just like that. Bring this forward. Keep it all nice and lined up and tidy. And then the same again. Just like that. Now, I don't think this is double walled, this little piece here. So you're going to see like things like that sticking through. But once it's double walled, like this, let me just showcase it for you real quick. You won't see it. Okay? And you need to make sure that you place these double walls and all of this before you place the next part, because it can screw up the whole build. So once you do that, you go ahead and you cap it like so. And obviously you'll have your next piece which goes up as well, which will all be double walled. And then you repeat that same process until you get to the top piece. And then once you get to the top piece, it's exactly the same as placing the volts. You sit from above and you place them row by row. Doesn't have to be perfect. As you can see, there's a bit of a gap, but it's not really an issue. So once you've done that, you move on to the next step. Alright, so on to the next step. What you want to do here is you want to go ahead and wall stack on the sides of your double walls and add in all of your bounce pads. So the bounce pads at the bottom are very, very simple to add in. You just line them up as best as you possibly can. Having a very flat surface would probably work best. But just do whatever you possibly can. It doesn't really matter as long as it gets the job done. Try and line it up as good as you possibly can with the ramp so it's not sticking up. Go ahead and place 3 on each side, just like so. And then with the volts, you're placing 2 volts on one side, just like so. And you can see that there's jump pads through this as well, which I'll show you how to do that. But from the front, you can kind of get an idea on how much protection you have here. And there's only a little tiny amount of gap which is open. But for the most part, all of these are blocking, so there's a lot of serious protection right here. And it also looks really cool. I really like the effect of that. So I'm just going to go ahead and showcase how you want to go ahead and do this. So obviously, like I said, you go ahead and place down your jump pads, and you try and get them as close as possible. So you want to get the bottom of the bounce pad at the very bottom as close to the foundation as possible, and then do that same pattern all the way up. That way you get a consistent design, and it looks really nice. So the next thing you want to do, go ahead and grab a volt, obviously. Let me just move towards this. Push it as far back into the wall as possible. Now, this can be a little bit finicky at times, so you might have to do a few demolishes and yada yada. So bear in mind with that. So push it back as far as possible, and you want to line it up to that little line on the left hand side of the vault there. Just try and get it as close to that as possible, and then move this one across, and then get it as close as possible to that right hand line on the side as well. And if you get it right, it should look like that. So then what you want to do from there, if you haven't done this before, is you want to go down here and place a ceiling in the middle of that vault, and then do that same trick again. But you're lining it up now with that bottom vault, just like so. Now it can be a little bit finicky. Sometimes it will be off and the vaults will like glitch out, but don't worry, it's not too hard to fix. So as you can see, one of them is lined up, but the other one is not. So you want to just go ahead and delete that one. Oh, pardon me. Repeat that process, place it down there, line it up. Now this, like I said, this can be a bit finicky. It can take you a few attempts, but it's not too bad. It honestly isn't. Okay, it doesn't want to play ball, but we'll sort it out, and I'll show you what I mean. If I don't get it by this one, I'll skip it until I've got it. But it does fit in there. Sometimes you got to go a little bit wider, or you might have to straighten it up a little bit. So somewhere like that, it might work. There we go. See, now you get a nice symmetrical straight wall. Looks really, really tidy. But after you do that one there, you don't want to place it. Oh, you don't want to place it there. You don't need to. You can place it from here. Same thing again. You bring this across. You line it up as best as you possibly can. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I know there's a lot of OCD people out there that love getting this like insanely perfect. So this is for those people. I don't want to trigger them because I like having these things tidy as well. And then boom, that's it. So in total you've got what, 6 volts per side, and that protects all of your walls, and because it glitches into here, it makes it even harder to get into the main base as well. And all of these, if you go from the bottom and you're blowing in, these all drop as well. So not only do you have the double walls, you've got the vaults on the sides, you've got the cryopods on the roof, and you've got the jump pads on the sides, which are going to prevent people from rocket running, especially if you're online. So already lots of protection, really simple to build, guys. Now onto the next part here. I'll go ahead and what I'll do actually at the very end, before I end the video, I'll just go black screen as I do my outro, and I'll tell you guys everything that you actually need for this build. I'll put everything up there, everything that it costs, yada yada yada. So the next thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and place down your, what the heck are they called? These here. Your metal double door frames. Now you can do this all in tech if you want to. I'm just doing it in this one because it's really basic. Let me just change the time of day. There we go. So go ahead and place down all of your little double door frames all along the sides and bring them up all the way up to here. And I think I'll actually count this out so you guys know. So let me just put this over onto my hotbar. Just like so. So start at the bottom. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So the 9 high. And I'll actually do that with the other ones too. So it's kind of a live build. It's not a full-on, tutorial, but I'm just going to talk through it as well, just to let you guys know how it actually works, yada yada, all that good stuff. Bring that up to there. A little bit glitchy. And that's it. And that's going to prevent people from trying to glitch their tames in. You know, they still can get their heads in there, but they're not going to be able to get their whole bird in there and try and plop it down onto your base. So once you do that, you want to go ahead and place down your hatch frames. These ones here, which are really, really easy. So you want to come down to the bottom and you want to place it just below the third jump pad right there. That's where you want to start your first line of turrets. And then you want to go ahead and, let me just grab these real quick. You want to go up 2. So once you go up 2, it's going to put you just below the top of the top of the tower thing here. So you want to push it in to around about there, so it's lined up with the bottom one, which is convenient because it's bang on in the middle of the tower. So copy that on the opposite side as well, just like so, and then on the other side you do the exact same thing, just like that. Really, really simple. Nothing to it, guys. Not overly complicated at all. There we go. And then what you want to do is you want to go ahead and take these corner pieces and obviously just line them up. And once you do that, you get a nice little square all the way around. Just like so. None of these janky corners with pieces sticking out. Because I can't stand it when people have base builds or tower builds and it looks like this. It really, really messes with me. And I just want to raid those things just because they placed it wrong, to be honest. So, you know, this also prevents that because it makes it look pretty as well. And as much as you disagree, and a lot of people will deny that, they want their base and their towers to look pretty and to look all, you know, symmetrical because it looks super, super cool. It honestly does. Alrighty, that's it. It's literally all you do. And then go ahead once again, go up 2. So it's 1, 2. And you push it into the middle. And you just repeat that process until you get to the very, very top. It's as simple as that. Just like so. See the pattern that we're building here? Nice and easy, nothing to it. Just like that. So then obviously you'll repeat that again. We'll start from this side. So you'll repeat that just like so. You'll continue doing that all the way to that piece there. So that all together you'll have 1, 2, 3, and 4 levels of turrets. Once you've gone ahead and completed them to make them look like the bottom rows there. I'll let you guys do that for yourself. And then once you get to the top, all you have to do is get a hatch frame and connect it to every single corner, just like so. Make sure they're all lined up and looking all nice. Just like so. And it's all perfectly boxed in. Looks nice and tidy. Really, really simple. And not really anything to it. So then once you've done that, obviously you go ahead and chuck on all of your turrets. But then also you want to go ahead and throw on your force field. Now, I placed my force field up here obviously because this spot here is possibly a little bit vulnerable. Even though with all of the above air protection, you still could probably do with a little bit more to make it just that much more difficult. So all I did is I just lined it up. Because I've got the other one, I can't actually place it. So I just lined it up with this corner here on top of the cryopods. And then pushed it back until it hits into the center of this here. So if you do it right, it should be sticking through that little peephole right there. So we'll move over to the other one here where you can see it. So you can see it's sticking right through that little gap at the top there. Nice and clean. And then I have this set to, let me just have a look here. I have it set to 1.2 I think, which is just large enough. You could probably go one more, but I wouldn't recommend it because it's going to block the middle turret here. But it's a nice little protection there. If you wanted to, you could probably push it up here as well. But then that leaves the middle a little bit vulnerable for things like tech rexes and stuff like that. Go ahead and add all your turrets, add all your bits and bobs. Obviously, you want to go ahead and add a lot of spam on the ground around these as well. If I get enough traction on videos like this, then I will most likely start up my own little test server on the side so I can do some really ridiculous builds. But for right now, I'm just going to stick with what I've got. But obviously, you're going to do some sort of spam on the ground. You're going to add all sorts of traps, even more jump pads if you want to, Species X, some smaller boxes, whatever you have at your disposal, you can put it on the ground. You don't just want to look at a build like this and be like, okay, I can rocket run that with ease. I can get into that with ease. You got to remember, there's things you add around the ground. There's things that you can add to slow people down. It's not as easy as just building the base, building the tower, and it's done. There's a lot of steps that you need to add yourself to make this even more harder. But I think it's a great little build. It's a lot of fun. It looks really nice. You can build a ton of them. They're really easy to make. Doesn't take long. Takes about maybe 15 to 20 minutes with your buddy. You could smack one of these out, with no problem at all. You've got about 6, 7, or 8 of these outside a small area. No one's going to get in anytime soon. And I think these are great because, like I said, they're not the easiest thing to get past. And yeah, I don't really know what to say now, but it was a lot of fun building this, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you want to see more of these videos, let me know down in the comment section below if there's any other styles, if you want to see full-on bases, if you want to see some, what are they called, like tree platform bases and trees and stuff like that, just let me know down in the comments below. Any spots you want to see a specific base built, just let me know and I'll do my best to make a build guide video for you. And with that said, guys, don't forget to subscribe for more future content, and I'll catch you in the next one. Later.